problem is testing your understanding of quadratic forms. Let's take a look. Write an equation for a quadratic function that has a vertex of -4, 0, and the parabola passes through the point -6, 12. So we're looking for an equation of a quadratic function. I'm going to need to know some quadratic forms to really get started with this. I might have a whole bunch of forms and formulas in my head or in my notes, but I need to identify which one is useful for this problem. I'm looking for a quadratic function, and I'm given its vertex. So perhaps I have a whole bunch of functions stuck in my head, but I need to know which of these forms is useful. Since I'm looking for a quadratic function and I'm given a vertex, I'm going to be using this form here. We call this vertex form of a quadratic equation. So all of these other quadratic equation forms, this linear function form, not useful. We need to know which form to use. Great. So now that we've figured out the right form to use, let's identify some information. So our goal is to end up with some sort of function with just two variables, the input variable x and the output variable y. We need to fill in our a, h, and k. So looking at our text, do we have any of this information? Well, we do have a vertex, so we should know that a vertex is an h and a k. So the vertex is h and k. So right there, we're able to plug those in. Our h value is -4, and our k value is 0. But we're still looking for our a value, and that's not given in our text. But something that is given in our text is an XY pair. So we've got this X and this Y that we can plug into our form. So we have an H, a K, an X, and a Y that can all get plugged in, and that's going to end up looking like this. So the Y gets replaced by 12, X gets replaced by -6, H becomes -4, and K becomes 0. All that's missing is A, and we've got some algebra skills to solve for A. So first, let's simplify this mess up a little bit. Minus -4, well, we really just mean +4. And +0 never needs to be written at all. So we've already simplified this down to 12 equals A groups of the quantity -6 plus 4 squared. -6 plus 4 is -2. And then -2 squared is +4. And then we're down to just 12 equals a times 4, which we can solve by dividing both sides by 4. And so we get 3 is equal to a. So our a value must have been 3. So we've got this quadratic form, but let's clean it up a little bit. Like I said earlier, minus a negative just means plus, and +0 never needs to be written. So we can have this fully simplified as y is equal to 3 groups of the quantity x plus 4 squared. Hope that helps.